good day and welcome to a new video. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe! Hey and welcome to Weekly Tips. We'll put some sense in your tip jar. Welcome today. Today you're joined by me, Daniel, and we are going to be drawing a crested gecko. So let's leap on into this and draw this crested gecko. Right, as I delve into the crested gecko drawing, I start off with a side view, and here I just make a simple basic shape of the overall body mass of this crested gecko, just to understand where things lie. And that's a good way to start, just starting out with simple, big, solid shapes. And then from there I start out slowly adding in the different features, its eyes, its legs, its neck, I keep adding in and fixing up details as I go. But I start out with that overall shape first, and that gives you a good starting point, a good place to begin your drawing. And it doesn't have to be like concrete, the perfect shape. It doesn't have to be that circle that you need for that image. It's not like a how-to where you have a specific circle that you need, and then you draw a line to another circle that has to be this shape, and then you've got a perfect crested gecko. No, there's gonna be a little bit of give and take, per se. There's obviously different ages of crested geckos, but there's an overall shape that you can find. It's a elongated shape, similar to something like another lizard, like an alligator, similar shapes that you can find. But you get this overall shape, and then you start to fix it up as you go forward, adding in other features of the body that help to inform the rest of the body as well. If you get the shape of the leg right, eventually that will inform its belly, where its belly sits. Its eyes, its size of its eyes will inform how big the head is, and those things will play on each other to try and make things look right. But just getting that overall shape done right first will be, the set goal, the important part. But from here, I'm adding in details, working things out where things lie, his pupils lie, his nose, those kind of features. And then I delve into a top angle view. And here again, I've got an overall shape that I start off with, this kind of triangular shape for his head, and this spherical kind of shape for the rest of his body, and then his arms of here. Now again, you can, add more shapes. Here you can kind of see I use a little bit of shapes to signify the different parts of his body here. And then I go and try and fix it up a little bit further, expand his nose because I feel like it's a bit short, and other parts and features. Now if you want, you can get very mathematical and look at the size of his actual nose, how big it is compared to his legs and things like that. And you see me here, you see that line there, and that line kind of measures that where his head kind of meets his toes. If there was a vertical line that goes straight down to kind of his nose part. And here I don't think I have it too great. I can see some mistakes and things that I might have done. It's not that angle I wanted of that triangle. I think it's gone a little bit out to where it was, but these things come with more practice, drawing this over and over again. um, it takes a little bit of time. For these drawings that you see me doing, I'm not spending all the time in the world. I'm not doing like 20 drawings of each one. I'm just trying to capture what's going on with this animal and just understanding, you know, how many toes they have and how many legs and kind of what their body shape is like. Um, Basically, I'm not trying to capture the best image in the world here. I'm just underlining um, what this animal is about, what's in this animal, what kind of features it has, um, and what kind of proportions this animal has, to help me in the future when I do draw crested geckos again at some point, you never know. But yeah, you know, you see me I fixed the drawing a little bit more with that angle being fixed up, and there's a few things that might be off. Again, I could use some kind of more ruled lines and things to help me and measure proportional measurements, compared to his foot, um, how many feet sizes, how many little legs should be, the size of his head. And you can do that kind of thing, um, compared to his head, um, where compared his leg and his head, how much bigger is his head compared to his leg. Now here I'm going into kind of a three-quarter view, um, in a way, where he's kind of looking at you in an interesting way. Um, and one thing you want to note here is that line, um, well, you can't really see, but it's directly from his nose to his leg are basically on the same vertical line. So um, roughly, they sit finishing at the same kind of point. And that's a good thing to notice. Those things tend to help guide where things go. Drawing the outside of the animal. If you draw that negative space, it is around his neck and his lips and also his arm. That will make your drawing a little bit more accurate. Trying to get that negative space looking good. But yeah, this drawing here was fun to do. Um, you know, Trying to capture that one. And then, once I've done those three drawings, I then go into something a little bit more interesting. It's a front-on view, and I thought this had a lot of character in it. You see me, I just quickly gesture down the drawing. Um, I don't focus on any detail, I'm just, jotting down where everything roughly lays. And then from there, you see me polish it off, really kind of figure it out. Those little gesture marks where I've actually put everything. I spend probably 2 or 3 minutes on the first quick drawing, and then on the next pass, I spend a little bit more time and just carefully fixing things up as I go forward from there on. And I think I've done the best I can for this learning kind of experience from drawing this gecko. Um, yeah, it's lots of fun. I feel um, I've learned a bit about this lizard, and hopefully you have too. Feel free to do the same kind of process with any animal. You don't have to pick a crested gecko. You could pick another kind of gecko that you like, or another animal, and just do a side view, front view, um, side view, front view, three-quarter view, and something a bit more interesting. That's the way to help you learn and draw. Again, not trying to get the best drawing in the world, but doing those three rough drawings, I then go into something more interesting, something that I try to get a little bit more accurate and just try to get it looking way more better than any of the other drawings. Um, Basically, this first couple of drawings is just understanding this animal, this creature a little bit. They may be a fail, some of the drawings here may be a fail. But I'm just trying to understand the animal, what's going on, to help me out when I do get into something a little bit more interesting. Now, I could take things further and actually achieve a really good like three-quarter view, side view, and top angle view. But they're not too important to me. They are important to understand the animal. Um, I got it as accurate as I can for the time given. But I took what I learned from these drawings and put it into that final drawing at the end there. So hopefully you'd enjoyed this video, you've learned something new, you've got your weekly tip. Yeah, feel free to let me know down in the comments, and keep drawing everyone, keep creating, and see you in the next video.